Today is my first attempt at upgrading my storage on my Mac Pro, hopefully without completely annihilating it. According to the instructions, I need to remove this little piece here and these two screws, which in essence I already have done, but I put them back together because halfway through when I was almost done putting the thing together, I decided that it would be fun to make a video. So now I'm making a video, and at least I sort of know what I'm doing. So we'll see how that works out. So first we're going to take these screws out here. They're already loose. When I first took them out, they were really snug. I noticed as I was pushing in to get the screws loose, this little circuit board here tends to push in, so you probably don't want to push too hard to get the screws out. And actually, the kit came with this little, it looks like an Allen wrench, but it's actually a Torx or a Torx wrench, and it was easier to put the Torx wrench in here to loosen up the screws. And then you have to remind yourself not to go right, but lefty-loosey to take the screws off, otherwise you're going to be tightening them up even further, which I really don't think is possible because they were pretty tight to begin with. So we'll take the second one out here. And then this module here is the whole 256 gigabytes that I was willing to splurge on when I first ordered this box, or can, I guess. So having found a new client that has been sending me steady work for the last month and a half, I decided I could afford a tax write-off, and I splurged on four terabytes of SSD storage. Woohoo! 4 terabytes. That's 4. Count them. 4. Watch, I'm going to drop this damn thing just for screwing around. Okay, so this pops right back into this little guy here, and it's really not very difficult. Just make sure you line it up nice, and then it popped in really nice this time. The last time I was guessing. These wires go onto the back of the card right here, and I'm assuming they're power. And it just snaps right in. And according to the instructions, you can tell I've already had it twisted that way. The black cable connects to the bottom connector, and then the yellow cable connects to the top connector. So I'm going to pop this back in, and I'm going to put the screw back in to hold in the module. But I'm not going to tighten it because I want to make sure that I have the power connectors connected properly. And according to the instructions, you have to use the screws that they provide for these power connectors. And if you ever go back to the standard or the original SSD, you have to use the original screws that came with the Mac Pro. Why? I have no idea. It's not my place to question those who are better than I am. I just follow instructions and do as I'm told. And hopefully without screwing anything up. And then if you do buy this, you'll notice that the pictures don't match with the manual that was sent. For some reason they had the connector for these wires on the opposite side of this module, which made for a little bit better seating with the cable. I'm not sure how this is going to lay down, but it looked like it was okay the first time I put it together. So we'll see what it does. And I still ain't too thrilled about that, but we'll assume that the powers that be know better. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up here. And again, as you're tightening it, you can see that the circuit board on the bottom, the main circuit board, does move a little bit when you're pushing on it, so you probably don't want to push too hard. And luckily I have this really killer iFixit driver, and comes with different replaceable bits, and they're really, really nice and tight, sharp, precision bits, and the whole thing feels really, really nice when you're using it. I highly recommend it. It was like the best 60 bucks I've ever spent. Hopefully the memory modules here will be the best 2,000 bucks I've ever spent. We shall see. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and tighten up my module. And everything is nice and snug. The cable is still connected to the module, and it doesn't seem to be bothering any of the other parts beneath it, so we're going to go assume that it's okay. And now we got to line this puppy up. And when I first took it out, I did clean it out with a blower, so it's just nice and clean now. At least dust-wise it is. Okay. I was wondering about that. Okay, it seems really, really, really snug. I don't know why. Pretty sure I didn't put it in backwards. It doesn't say anything about it being really snug. And I'm curious if these copper doohickeys are supposed to actually touch the case, but they do push in, so I'm wondering if that isn't part of the design. They got little foamy doohickeys underneath. Okay, well, what's the worst that could happen? Apparently the little copper doohickeys here and this aluminum piece are meant to be a heatsink for the computer. So make sure that everything's still nice and snug, and we're going to try this again, and hopefully we don't fry out 6,000 bucks worth of computer here.